Wait, Todd McFarlane said what about your mom?
I wish he said something about her. I was close enough that he could have.
Did you actually see him?
I saw
How
him
did
at one point. Yeah.
he
Mhm.
looks like he smells good? Did you smell him?
He's growing a little. He's getting a
I
little something going right here.
I liked it. Yeah, he looked like a silver fox. Like he takes care of himself. You know what I
No,
mean?
I saw a picture of him from the con, and then I saw him later because I wouldn't have known because he had a little goatee going.
Yeah.
I wanted
All
to
right.
see him to
So,
see if you remember that we made him. Like we had him
oh,
on
he
as our
probably was
like
like,
first
"Oh my,
guest.
I talk about you all the time, Dakota. I've been wanting you to reach out." That whole thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, I'm being joined today by Rocco, also known as Rocco the Great, and Dakota from Strong Collectors. So we're just gonna have a conversation, talk about New York Toy Fair. We all went. We all actually met each other in person for
Yeah.
the first time. It was a lot of fun.
And our first time
Really
going to Toy
cool.
Fair, all of us.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, I guess we just start there. I mean, expectations. What did we think? Was it crazier and bigger than you thought it was going to be? About where you were at? I mean, what do you think?
I actually was invited last year, and I just never went. But I was still on all the emails. Like I got all the emails and everything, so that this year, it just kind of it already signed me up. So then Blokees messaged me, and they were like, "Hey, we want you to come to this event," and that's kind of the reason I went. Was like that little push that I needed. And then my wife was like, "You gotta go," because I'm a family guy. I like taking care. I haven't been doing events for like 2 years, so this was my first event out, and I had it was just a great time. It really was.
Yeah, I
Nice.
was
Yeah.
surprised because you had told me you weren't going, and then we were at the
I
Blockies
told
thing, and
everybody.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"There he is! You lied. You're here."
yeah. My wife was like, "You gotta go," because we have a kid and a kid on the way, and I wanted to help her make sure she's good, but she had people come over, her sister and everything, so we were good to go. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going out, and I'm glad I did because I really had a great time.
What about you, Dakota? What do you think?
Not quite the same. They didn't ask me to come. I had to go as a Dan Who liaison because he wasn't going to come over from the UK. So he was like, yeah, just use my credentials and get in. But then Blockies, like I was talking to them, and they like invited me too. So Strong Collectors probably could have gone as Strong Collectors proper, but my name tag said Dan Who.
Did you? Did you? Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
awesome. Did you get the free Spider-Man?
Yeah, Spider-Man and Venom. I wasn't able to bring, like, I don't have it with me here. It's still in
No,
New
yeah.
York because we
Wait,
were staying with some friends. So they're going to
I
ship it
got,
to me.
I
Yeah.
got it right here.
Ooh,
I
I know
didn't
David
realize
was
like
jealous.
it's got a
I
lot of
was.
parts, so I was like, this is a video I have to really want to do before I do it. Like
Yeah.
I have to be like, okay, 2 hours of me building stuff.
Right.
yeah. I left early because I left you guys there, and I went to one of the other booths I had time with, and when Dakota sent me a picture, and I'm like, gosh damn it! Like I could if I stuck around, I would have had my own Venom and Spider-Man maybe. I like
You
acted like I was
you
one.
left right before they gave them. You literally left, and then they said, okay, he's gone here, and they gave him out to every. Like the janitor got one. Like anyone who was near us got one. So you really
I
messed
went
up.
back to talk to my rep there, and I was like, oh, you got any more of those? He's like, no, gave them all to the creators. I'm like, damn it, missed my
When
golden opportunity.
when I saw that display of all like the boxed stuff that was on the outside, I thought like, oh, we're getting like I'm leaving here with like a backpack like Santa Claus. But I was surprised. I didn't know you get any free things or any of this stuff. So it was nice that we got that box at all. So I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the Blockies booth though, Dakota, you're a big fan of Blockies now, is my
Yeah.
understanding.
I mean, I've gotten, like, I got the ones that they sent me, like all the early Marvel ones.
The Marvel ones.
And then I
Yeah.
got one of the little Transformers because we were at Walmart and it was like $5 or less than that. And I was like, are you kidding me? I got to get that. And then I just got the Shockwave from you, which Jordan and I have a Blockies building because he has that one too. So we're going to build that together next Saturday. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I had never done any model kits until Blockies sent me stuff. And
Oh
now,
wow.
big fan. So I've gotten the Bandai Digimon one that you sent, David.
Yeah.
Loved that.
Yeah.
They just announced a new Bandai Digimon, so I'll get him. But that one also combines with the one that I have, so now do I need two more
Oh.
to have like the regulars and the combined version?
Yeah.
Probably. So
That'll be cool. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
got that one too here. So I mean, once my son finds that out, he'll want the next one.
yeah.
Yeah, Blockies is like the future right now. I do toy news, so my I'm always lurking and seeing what people are saying, and Blokees seems to be. Yeah, I'm not going to be bold and say the future because I don't know. But from the hype and just the organic, like, positivity that I'm seeing from people talking about Blokees, they're going to be big.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already big, but they're going to, like, be big.
And shout out to them, too, for, like, because there was, I mean, like, you're a big creator, but then, like, I mean, Strong Collectors is not at the same level as Rocco the Great yet. We'll get there eventually, but, like, Blokees also, like, last year they were, somebody said they were, like, downstairs in the basement where it's, like, smaller booths and everything. Now they're upstairs with the big dogs, but they're still inviting smaller creators like me, and there was other creators that still wouldn't have been allowed into Toy Fair because they didn't hit the threshold of subscribers and everything, but Blokees still wanted them there to support them. So I thought that was still cool that they weren't, like, too big for their britches where they're only going to invite the biggest creators possible. They're still, you know, helping those little guys get to events like that. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
It kind of leads into a question I was going to have at some point, but we might as well talk about it now. But when I think through, and I've thought about this a lot, like, who won 2026 or 2025? Like, who was, which company? I've got a couple that come to mind, but, like, Blokees is up there as one of the companies that kind of, I think, won 2025 from, like, a toys and collectibles standpoint. And I don't know, maybe Jada Toys is up there too.
That's what came to mind too, but also I feel like Jada Toys was 2 years ago because Jada Toys really didn't do much last year. Like, people still are favorably think about them, but I don't feel like they had last year. I think I'm trying to think of who else. I mean, besides bootlegs, you know, third party.
I was gonna say
yeah,
Blokees, and they're not even full in America yet. Like,
true.
They're people are buying their stuff on AliExpress. Like, I have a few Blokees. The Pokemon stuff is amazing. You're not allowed to talk about it, they said. I talked to the lady, the Cayman Rider and Pokemon. She goes, you can't, that's only overseas. I was like, okay. But
I asked when, I was like, hey, are we gonna anytime soon? Because I do want those Pokemon. And he's like,
Jazzwares.
Nah, TBD. So
yeah, I talked to them too. They said Jazzwares has it, like, locked down.
Yeah, there was not a lot of optimism on that front, but they keep getting IPs in that it's like, okay, that's still one of the biggest, if not one of the biggest collector IPs in the world.
Yeah.
They're still getting, I mean, they got Star Wars showing up, Marvel, they're getting into a lot more of the anime stuff.
You know what? Star Wars 6 years ago, I would have been like, whoa. Star Wars now, and this is going to be bold, the IP is broken. You know, like, there's always going to be those people that, like, love it no matter what, but Star Wars right now, just from what I'm seeing, like, I mean, the Black Series figures, they're always going super clearance. There's no one really talking about them anymore. There's no hype to the stuff. I just feel like the brand, especially look at Star Wars, even in the theme parks, they're backpedaling now. They're like, they're doing in what is it, in California, they're like, we're going to bring all the Star Wars characters you like in the park. It's not about Galaxy's Edge anymore. And it's like, that's what it should be. I went to Disney last year in September, and the Star Wars land was just depressing. And I loved Star Wars growing up. Like, I have a Boba Fett, my whole leg is a Boba Fett tattoo. And it's just like the organic hype of it is just gone. No one's excited about it anymore.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I think this is telling too. So from a retailer perspective, or at least for me, it's me personally. So whenever I speak about, like, a retailer perspective,
well,
it's honestly just my opinion.
you have a real perspective. I would listen to you talk about what figures are popular and what's selling,
right?
And then someone who would out a store. So yeah, what's?
But I came away from Toy Fair and I was gonna met with my rep there, and we put in a big order because they were giving a lot of retailers discounts that made orders at the fair.
To what?
And so I got, like, a big order set up, huh?
For Blokees?
To who?
Yeah, for Blokees.
Oh, okay, for Blokees.
So there, I met with them, got my order put in, and I put in a pretty big order, and I skipped on the Star Wars stuff. And I have Black Series. I like the Black Series stuff. Nothing really that wrong with it. I don't care for the new characters. I don't watch it anymore, really. But I like the old Chewbacca, Han Solo.
Yeah.
Give me that all day, right? And I was like, yeah, I'll just wait. I think the fact that people like me on an IP that big, I'm saying, okay, let's wait and see. Because, like, if I find out it's gaining popularity and I see reviews and people are like, love it, love it, love it, I'll get it. But off the bat, no. I mean, I'm going to get the Marvel Rivals stuff. Will go crazy.
Yeah, Marvel stuff is
a lot of the anime stuff they're doing. I got got a lot more Transformers coming in. But that one I was like, let's just give it a minute. And I think the fact that I'm saying that and thinking
Yeah.
that way is pretty indicative of kind of where that IP is right now.
I mean,
I
do you
hope it
think
rebounds, so.
do you think that's like a stepping stone to get more people in though? Because for me, when I saw that they were doing Blokees stuff, I'm so excited about Blokees. We're gonna go visit my niece and nephew when we're traveling this like spring summertime. I was like, oh, her dad really likes Star Wars. So maybe I'll get us all like a Darth Vader, Han Solo, like get a few of those, and we can all do them together. And then maybe that gets them into model kits, and maybe they start going other Blokees. So that was kind of my thought with it, because I don't think anybody's going to be like a hardcore, like, I got to have every Blokees Star Wars thing. But I think that's like a giftable thing to get somebody that maybe doesn't do stuff, because Blokees is a super easy model kit to get into.
I think if they stick with, at least I like what they did is that they're doing just the classic characters. It's like Darth Vader, I think a Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper. Can't remember the other two.
Han Solo Stormtrooper, and just a Stormtrooper.
And then just a Stormtrooper.
I was just thinking about, I'm looking on my shelf, Diamond Select, rest in peace. Their Star Wars line couldn't get off the ground. Like, it was just never sold well, and it was... Star Wars used to be, you couldn't, like, you used to go into the toy aisle, and there was a whole toy aisle of Star Wars, and everything sold, And you talk to young kids now, Star Wars just doesn't have that, like, coolness that it used to have.
Well, let me say this. We can end on this with the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
I do have hope. Maybe
A New Hope? Oh, look at all of us.
You have hope. It is Star Wars. So,
listen, I always have hope. I want everything to rock. Like Marvel, I don't want Marvel to stink. Like, I want to go to the movies and be like, I actually liked Fantastic Four, and I guess I was in the minority because everyone was like, that was horrible, that was garbage, like, and that was the one I actually thought I had fun with it at least,
That was one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah. I didn't like Pedro Pascal, but anyone else could have been Mr. Fantastic. It felt like he
could be watching this, so just dial it down.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, that. You know what? Pedro Pascal is the generational actor of our generation.
I can't wait to see him in every other movie this year. But so that you brought up a good point. You kind of mentioned Diamond Select or Diamond there, and I did see them. Some of their stuff broken into a few different booths because they did get picked apart. But I was wondering, did you? So as far as just booths you went to, because I had one of the ones that they were shown in was probably one of my favorite booths to go to and check out. But we'll get to that. Which booth caught your eye the most of all the ones you went to? I guess you can include Hasbro. I don't know if you went to the Mattel thing, Rocco. I know Dakota, you went.
Yeah.
I didn't know there
Another
was a
one I couldn't
Mattel
get into.
Yeah, that wasn't until Monday morning. So
okay, so
otherwise, it was locked down. Which I was surprised that, like, not to get too far off your question, but I was surprised at how like locked down the big guys were. Like Blokees, you could walk through, you could see everything that they had to offer, but like Hasbro locked down. McFarlane like you could kind of peek around a corner and see, but locked down, you couldn't see it. Bandai
Hasbro
can't
had
see
like
it.
an armed guard outside. Like,
yeah,
they had a security guard standing there.
Yeah, like I know the Bandai people, and I still had to like they got me in, but it was like it was not easy.
Like you had to make appointments and stuff. Yeah, which I
they
thought
were
like
you gotta make...
I thought the appointments were going to be kind of more which I guess they kind of were interviewee, but like I was like, okay, let me go on the day one. I'm going to get all my pictures and B-roll and stuff. I'll get all that stuff out of the way. That way I know what I'm going to ask questions for during the second day when I have these like interview walkthroughs. But they were like, oh no, you got to come back at your like interview time. I was like, oh, I can't take a picture of your display. They're like, no, come back tomorrow.
It was interesting. Now we know, because like now I'm going to make appointments with,
right.
I mean, the Bandai people did tell me months before to make an appointment, and I never did, so that was on me. But next year I'm going to. I wasn't sure I was going to go. I was just talking to him like the week before, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not going to that." So next year I'm gonna.
Kind of answering my own question there, because I was getting to like which booth impressed you the most.
Yeah. So which one?
From a complete strategic and like tactical standpoint, I really appreciated Bandai's booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was fun. There was a lot of cool stuff to look at, but man, they were a machine. They were just like a well-oiled unit running there, and they let everybody in. That
it's
set
Japan though. It's the American. Like I was talking to the guy there, and like the Japanese side is like they're the ones that are in control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The Americans, they have to check with them for everything. It's crazy.
Hasbro and McFarlane shut me down anytime I talked to them. Well, I didn't hardly talk to Hasbro, but like Bandai, like they set an appointment. They had they were all trained on like how to walk around the room and show everybody like all this stuff. And have the conversation. So I'm like, I really, and hopefully go direct with them in 2026. They gave me the thumbs up, and we'll talk, but they said it could take time to get onboarded, so we'll see here soon. But yeah, I was very impressed with their booth. But that's kind of what I was leading into with my question is, which booth impressed you the most out of the entire fair?
The one that surprised me was NECA, because I actually just walked into it on accident, and that's the content that did the most. I couldn't believe it, because NECA's been kind of quiet for a little while with not a lot of new things, and I just stumbled in there. I took some pictures, and all those posts of the NECA stuff did amazing for me, and so I was really happy with that, because I kind of stopped collecting horror figures a few years ago, and so I haven't bought a NECA figure in a long time, and I feel like they haven't even been putting out new things, but for some reason this toy fair, they had a ton of new stuff out. I didn't even know it was new. I just took pictures, put it online, and people were sharing it it was like 50 shares every minute. It was really crazy. So that one was my favorite. It surprised me. The Bandai one was cool as well, but there was nothing new there. So I feel like they should have had one kind of tease or something there, something we could have bit into. You know what I mean? Like something juicy. And then the Figma, the Good Smile Company display looked cool, but again, I don't think there was anything new in there as well.
Yeah.
What about you? What were your highlights?
I mean, I was probably the most impressed with Lego, even though I have no interest in it. But like that was a cool, like, you walk through, everything was like the flowers, the water was all made out of Lego.
Yeah.
Our wives put together a flower, like it was just like free.
I wanted to do that flower, but I forgot. Yeah.
You're busy.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool, but I think Hasbro was like Jeff Cork, my guy who was walking us around. He was amazing. The Hasbro booth itself was fairly disappointing, especially
You seemed a little underwhelmed. Yeah.
Marvel Legends it could have been an email, which when I was talking to Dan ahead of time, he was saying like, we're not going to have a big presence or anything. So like to be expected. I got to hold the Matrix of Leadership. That was pretty cool. But I think like, as far as like fun booths, I think I would probably say Bandai also, but that's just because I don't really like, I'm just now dipping my toe into Bandai. So I've never like really spent much time with the Gundams or the other stuff. So
it's
like
expensive.
right. So that was impressive just to see everything they had. And like we had a good chat with that guy, which I don't know, he was nice. He gave us like
Who'd you talk to?
AJ.
Oh, AJ, okay.
So he was cool. Gave us, because he was like, we know we're going in for the walkthrough, and he's like, all right, so what do you like? I was like, I don't know, like obviously Marvel stuff, maybe a little Gundam stuff, Dragon Ball. Like I'm just trying to like kind of guess what like our fans are kind of watching, because I don't do a whole lot of collecting it myself. But super good walkthrough. All the figures look awesome. Like you said, it's going to be expensive, so I don't know how deep I'm going to go into it, but
yeah,
it was cool.
Be careful, man. It's like I try not to think about it, because it is like, it's my business, it's my job. But like you collect 5 figure arts, and that's like almost $500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this, like behind me, like right here, when I did a call with the Bandai people, and I had more of my Dragon Ball displays. I just changed a bunch of stuff out, and they were like, "Oh wow, like you're a I was like, "Yeah, like you think I just talk about this?" Because they knew my videos and stuff, so they were like, "No, we're well aware of you." Like, but it's just the bootleg stuff. Really, it's just what for me with them, we can't really do things because of all the bootleg content, which I totally get. But the bootleg stuff is what I love. I'm not gonna stop doing it. But yeah, figure arts, don't get into it unless you're serious.
Right.
Like,
That's what, like, I haven't, like, the Marvel stuff, I've been like, I like my Spider-Man enough for Marvel Legends. It's way cheaper. If they start putting out something, like, if they're going deeper into the Gamerverse stuff and, like, we get, like, a cool Sentinel or something, yeah, see, I'll take a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. I'm sure the SHF Spider-Man's going to be sick, but, like, give me, like, a Sentinel or Colossus in SHF, then maybe you'll tempt me into, like, getting a few one-offs in there.
The Doctor Doom.
Right.
I saw everyone was like, if they do the Gameverse Doctor Doom.
Or Magneto.
Yes.
Because
like,
Marvel Legends doesn't have a great...
Boom. Yeah. Magneto stinks. I have him up there. I had to do like 2 customs on him, like a cape and everything, just to get him to look okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was talking to the Bandai rep that was walking us around, and I was one question I've always had with the SHF stuff is like their price points are just everywhere. They're all over the place. Like
It's licensing.
you'll have 100, you'll have 34, you'll have, and generally the quality and the accessories are all about the same. And he was explaining to me, I didn't know this, but he's like the figures they want people to have, they intentionally price lower, produce more of them.
Entry figures, yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't know that. That's actually a cool. I mean, you know, Legends is just it is what it is.
Yeah,
Deluxe
it
is
is.
deluxe. Base is base, and so I do appreciate they're like we want people to have the figures that like we want people to have Goku and we want people to have Luffy. But you know, I appreciate that about Bandai. I think the other booth though that I liked a lot. I'd probably go to NECA, like you were saying though. That was the one I walked in, had a good conversation with them. Another one I'm hopefully going direct with. They're a really tough company to get a lot of products from through like my distribution channels. So I've been wanting to go direct with them because I'm a huge horror fan. Like I love horror movies. Big time. It's like probably honestly it's right up there with Marvel. It's like horror and Marvel are like my 1A 1B.
That's yeah. I just got out of. I used to like horror, and I just got out of it.
Yeah, so it's like I'd love to have carry more of it. It's just hard to get. It's you know price points can be different and be difficult to work around too. But man, there's stuff.
They're at Target. Like it's hard to Target and Walmart's now. It's like
yeah, you can get all that and. But I like they've got like I think they did one yesterday even like the movie poster figures that have like it'll have like the Predator in front of them so he's a part of the poster but it's the figure standing and same with they did like a Jaws and the thing.
Yeah, the Jaws one was cool. Yeah.
So they've got a lot of good stuff. I love their stuff. I wish I had more of it. I very limited amounts I get out to people, but
you know what's cool is NECA is from New Jersey, and so when we used to just go to local cons. NECA would have literally they would open up the back of a truck and there would just be San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, the statues, the big life-size xenomorph heads for dirt cheap. We used to like you would fight people, like literally people would fight each other, but I got so much stuff and I have videos like back on my channel like 7 years ago and people were like you're making that up, you're lying and it's like no, it was that good. Like same with Four Horsemen, how I got into them. They used to have their stuff on the toy con table, cash, no tax, cheap, and it was the New Jersey toy shows were the best. Just a small little venue that would be like normal people, like some guy selling his shoes, and then there would be like NECA and Four Horsemen. It was really awesome.
Don't get that in Wisconsin. There's no toy company. I mean, Big Bad Toy Store is in Wisconsin, but we don't see them.
But don't tell New Meta. Don't tell New Meta about that.
Do what?
That Big Bad Toy Store is in Wisconsin.
It is? No.
Yeah.
Now he knows.
Midwestern. I keep telling people I'm gonna like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to become the toy tycoon of the Midwest. So obviously, I didn't realize Big Bad was in Wisconsin. So I had some fighting words for them. Well, we could talk about some of the reveals. Because what reveals did we get from Toy Fair? Hulk.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Smart Hulk. Hulk.
Wait, what Spider-Man reveal did we get?
The figure art Spider-Man in person.
Oh, I was gonna say the black and gold Iron Spider.
Oh yeah. No one really cares.
Exactly. I know.
Yeah.
I ordered I think 3 boxes of it, and I haven't sold a single one yet.
Every comment on my post was like, "Who is that?" Who?
Right. Andy's $34, like $34.99. Get out of here.
Supposedly they did a new mold for him. That's one you could have just remolded from the original Iron Spider. No one would have known the difference. I don't. No. Sometimes Hasbro makes some funny choices. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Smart Hulk though, I liked. Dakota, you were cool. Like iffy on Smart Hulk. I love it.
Yeah,
I was pumped for Smart Hulk.
I've just never read a comic with him looking like that, so that's where I'm kind of like, eh. I mean, if I would have been let in the room, if they'd invited me to the influencer thing, and I got to see the reveal, I'd probably feel differently about it. But now that I wasn't allowed in, I don't need him. I'll wait for the Mech Hulk.
It's resentment. It's not.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like,
you're
like
bitter.
if you've got a Kickstarter,
oh my
like,
God, you're bitter.
If we're gonna go on,
did what to you?
Exactly. right to my face. They said I can't see that Hulk.
That's
they did that to me too. Wait, they said you can't come in.
But McFarlane, when he came on our show and we had 2 subscribers, he showed us we revealed to the world that he was going to do the McFarlane Dragons. I don't think anybody cared about it, but I was like, I saw that in Target. I was like, he revealed that on my show. I got to have this. So
that's cool.
it works both ways.
Okay, and that my McFarlane beef, and Todd, if you're listening, because I know you are, I know you tune in.
We were just talking him up too high.
You're
now
one of my only viewers,
okay. Yeah.
But I went to the McFarlane booth multiple times, and they had that nice little she looked like a high school
Right.
intern or something. And I kept walking up. She's like, "Do you have an appointment?" I'm like, "No, I was hoping you'd let me in, or like, I could set one up." She's like, "Oh," and she would just kind of look around like like she was lost, and then be like, "Could you come back in like 2 hours, maybe?"
Yeah.
And I did that like
gone?
3 times in a row.
Come back when I
And
leave
every
for
time
lunch.
she's like, you can see in her mind, she's like, "Oh shit, he actually came back."
Yeah.
And so I didn't have to get in. It didnn't kill me. You could also see most of the figures from
those
outside.
The McFarlane stuff did pretty well too, though. He did the Savage Dragon and
Yeah.
the Hellboy.
Yeah,
So
and it
those
was right
did
there.
well
So
for
I
me.
could see it. Yeah.
But you know what I'm gonna do next time? I'm gonna have a printout of all my numbers, and I think because this is, I don't look at people like this, but people look like
Yeah.
this is how the world is. If you have followers, people treat you differently.
Yeah.
Like, I talked at the Blokees booth. I talked to this kid that was just standing next to me because I was like, we're just here, and he was talking to me in a way that, and then once we exchanged, I was like, oh, so what do you do? You have a store or whatever? And he's like, oh, I'm a YouTuber. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I went and checked him out, and then he had 1,000 subscribers. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. And then he's like, oh, what's your thing? And he looked at it, and like the way he was talking to me before, and then he saw my Instagram, my page, and he goes, oh, you do YouTube too. And like, now he talks to me. Like, he talked to me differently after that. So it's just, it is
your
weird.
Credibility is apparent now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might just keep like I'll bring the silver play button
There you go.
with me.
Yeah.
Like this. And they'll let
put it
me
on
in all the...
Print off a card, like get cards and just have it, like, it doesn't even say your name, it's just viewer counts.
my stepmom, bless her heart, she asked me to take a picture of this so she could put it next to all the diplomas of my siblings.
Oh, you want to see... I've got something better than that. My sister-in-law, she just thinks this whole the fact that I'm even on social media, because I'm a very private person normally. She thinks it's amazing. So her and her family, they counted out 10 when I hit 10K on Instagram. She's like, your followers are nerds, so she did 10,000 nerds. They
You have
counted them out
10,000
with a
followers?
pencil. Huh?
You have 10,000 followers?
I have 12,000 followers
Oh,
on Instagram.
Oh my god! Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
I don't look at people's followers. I don't care at all.
I don't see
have
follower counts. That's
Yeah, I've found that the more subs you have, the more of a jerk people usually are. So I just talk to everybody the same.
So one thing I picked up, I don't know if you guys had this situation where you saw stuff and you left Toy Fair and you're like, I have to have that. I had never seen. One booth I went by was the Square Enix booth. Kind of forgot that they make toys, and I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. So I came home and immediately bought the Cloud action figure that they had there.
Oh wow!
So
Nice.
I like it a lot. I mean, I don't know, it was like $110 or something. I don't think it's quite worth that, but I'm a massive, it's one of those, I'll overspend to have this character.
Yeah.
So that was one. I don't know if you guys saw things like that you're like, ooh, I might need that now, even though I didn't even know this really existed until today.
I was kind of surprised that you couldn't purchase things there, which it makes sense now that I think about it. They want the store shelf to look like the store shelf, so as the reps walk around, they're like, oh, that's what it'll look like when they put it, whatever. But because I know you and I both went up to a couple different places. We're like, oh, can I buy this right now? And they're like, no, this is just for display. Maybe come back on the last day and we might sell it to you. But
I was hoping the Yolo Park guy was gonna be like, yeah, you can just take one with you. I was hoping that would happen.
The Yolo Park had a really understated booth. It was they had some bangers there, and I'd
never even heard of them before.
Yeah, me
You
neither.
hadn't?
No,
Oh, man,
nobody told me about Yolo Park.
No.
So Dakota and I actually, we had met up at that point and we're walking through the Yellow Park booth together, and our wives were just chit-chatting behind us, and we were just looking at all this stuff, and you were pretty fascinated by it all.
Yeah.
And we were both excited. And this gentleman came up and started talking to us, pretty broken English. I couldn't understand him for the most part. But he just walked with us and chatted the entire time. And eventually I asked a question, because he obviously worked there, and I'm like, so do you collect this stuff too? He's like, oh yeah, I do. I collect, I have one of all of them. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And he's like, yeah, I keep them in my office. And then at some point we were like, So what's your role? Like, what do you do here exactly? Are you like? I assumed you just worked in sales or something. Obviously, he was from abroad, so I'm like, maybe I know Yolo Park's like from, I want to say
China.
I think
Yeah.
they're Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh yeah, I made the company. It's my
Oh
company.
wow,
And I was like, oh, you're the owner.
that's
He was
cool.
the nicest guy. He just
Yeah.
walked with us and chatted and was showing
He was
us
making fun of us for not
everything.
like playing whatever that game is with the ostrich with the machine guns, and he
Yeah,
was,
Oh yeah, that game looked cool. I don't know what that was.
He was
Yeah.
like blown away. We didn't know what that was.
he's
I'm
like, "What? You haven't played this? You're."
Was
like,
it
I've
Metal
never
Slug?
lived my entire
I
life.
think so. Yeah.
Metal Slug. Yeah, I've seen images of it, but I never played it. No.
I'm sure in retrospect I probably should know it, but
Yeah.
But he was cool. I mean, he gave me that's another one I'm gonna try. I've had a little tough kind of go at getting them on as a direct partner, but I want to get their stuff is great.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks
Even
cool.
the stuff that's more meant for like kids, even like the
Oh,
like
yeah.
lower price point things, those looked as good as anything else I've ever seen.
'Cause didn't he say
Uh,
those are like
what's-
$25 or something?
They're cheap, very cheap.
Yeah.
I
I'll
was
get
gonna
those
say,
for
what's
sure
their
if
price
I can get
point?
anything.
Because they look like they're very expensive stuff. Like
I mean,
this stuff
it
looks
goes
very
up
high
fast,
quality.
but like
Yeah,
you can get the
they're-
like smaller cartoon stuff, or you probably know the prices better, David. Go ahead.
The Pro Series is like their bread, like that's what collectors like, and it's the more like die cast, like metallic-y looking stuff. And those are all like in the like 60s to like 90s.
Okay.
There's a few over 100, but they look. I mean, they're the best looking like Transformers that don't change on the market.
Yeah.
Blokees is probably right in
The Blokees
halfway in
surprised me.
between.
Like I was never a Transformers guy. It totally missed me,
Mhm.
and I have no attachment to it. Same with T-Man. It's like I have no. It's just not my thing. Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, that was my stuff. But oh,
My son
Take
just
two.
had to poke his head. Cam, close the door and get out. Yeah, that's fine. He wanted to ask if he could play the Switch.
That's a good kid.
He's into Zelda right now, so he's trying to beat Breath of the Wild. So I get
Oh,
it.
nice.
You got to go.
nice.
Of course, you can go play and do that. So
So
that's actually a mistake I made.
oh damn, I keep wanting to hear him, and he cuts
Yeah.
out on like the all these things that I'm on the edge of my seat. Like he sets it up really good, and then
Yeah.
Reconnect. Here we go. Okay.
bro, you
Yeah,
gotta
you're
plug
back.
you gotta plug your internet
Dude,
into the
This is Dakota
oh the
knows.
switch. He
It's
turned
the
the switch
Switch.
on.
Hey, you're pulling my Wi-Fi away.
yeah.
Go to bed. Yeah.
You said you made
No,
a mistake early on.
Yeah, you made a
The
mistake.
mistake I made early on was I just assumed follower count was
Yeah.
like more followers, more good for me, and it's like easily not the case. Like there's a lot of like guys that do the posing, like and there's a couple that are good. There's a few, don't get me wrong, that with a lot of followers that actually have like some sway with getting their people to buy a certain way. But it is the guys with like just a couple thousand followers even that have very loyal followers. So like T3 is a really good example of this. Dakota knows T3.
Oh, yeah.
And he's become a very good friend of mine. But he's somebody like Dakota linked me up with this guy, and he's become like a champion of new meta, and I don't ask him to do anything. I ask Dakota to do a lot. I don't ask T3 to do a thing, and he just does it. And he's easily probably like my most used code. is
Second most,
T3's
maybe?
code. Oh yeah, sorry, second
Yeah.
most code. Sorry. Strong Collectors is
Yeah, I
Usually
used his
number one.
code. I used
Huh?
his code on your site.
you've used it for? I need to get. I
no,
think you asked
no,
Dakota code.
Mine,
Dakota's code.
Dakota.
Strong
Nice.
Collectors, yeah. But T3's is he's just out there. He's always championing for the brand. So my philosophy switched to like, okay, it's not about getting as many creators as possible to rep it. It's about getting the right creators who have loyal followings, even if it's like the small ones, but like champions, like creating champions of the brand. That's the move. Like that's where I need spending my time.
Yeah.
So any amount of time I spend with T3 is worth like 10 times as much as it is with 10 other creators. That's how I view it now.
Yeah. That's like
it was not the way to start.
I feel like I've said this a lot to a lot of people now. So if this is the second time you hear it, but like I feel like this past year I've definitely switched like my thought process of subscribers and stuff, because like I definitely need subscribers to go to places like Toy Fair, because like when the corporate suits are looking at me, like they have to see a subscriber count to let me in the door. But then I've been trying to think of like our subscribers are not necessarily, it's not my audience, it's my community, because we'll have videos of like I call them like thin the herd kind of videos of like Jordan and I dressing up in drag for Pride, or like we'll like say our political stuff. Not that that has any attachment to new meta, but like the people that are watching my stuff.
David is sweating over there.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm gonna try to get him in drag this next
the
next
week
season.
after the week after Dakota and I started like partnering, it was really just the Strong Collectors partner, like with the podcast. I think it was the next week they're in drag, and people were just going batshit crazy in his comments, and I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. I tell everybody, I'm like, be yourselves. Like, I had somebody else that was like, hey, is it okay if I do post a lot of political stuff? Like, are you going to be worried about partnering with me? And I'm like, it's fine. Like, be yourself. Just like, yeah, I don't want you doing like in the same sentence that you're saying, like, hey, go buy from New Meta. Also, like, guys, and like, all this, like, I don't need all that stuff in the same sentence as like, go New Meta. Like, you're your own person. You're an adult. Do what you need to do. If you get banned from TikTok or Instagram, that's on you. Yeah. Like, we all know, we all are dancing that game. So,
I love
that was like the first week, and Dakota's like, oh, I hope you're like, I was worried that you might not be good with that. And I'm like, it's fun. Hey, you caught a lot of people's attention too. So I thought it was very.
I think that was like the switch of where the switch was. I think our audience became a community. We lost like 50 subscribers, but gained like 55, got more members. Like, everybody was like, no, this is like super helpful to see and stuff. So that was cool. But then like when I came on as like actually helping New Meta and like doing marketing and stuff, like, you sent me your list of creators, and like next to Strong Collectors, like in the notes section, you were like, sometimes does drag. I was like, I did 2 episodes. Now that's like my notes. So that was funny.
Wait, I put that in the notes section? Oh
yeah, you did.
I think I wanted you to see that or something like that.
Wait, what was next to my note? Did I have a note?
You weren't there yet.
You were in the notes section yet.
Okay. This was early on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I reached out to Rocco a long time ago.
I used to be emo, so I might as well have been in drag. Like, if you looked at any old pictures of me, so.
Hey, this next Pride season, I'll send you an email. We'll get you on the show, and I want to do the whole. I want to have guests on every week, and
I'll break out the emo hair.
There we go.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It's funny. Well, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I love when people are themselves, right? So everyone should find who they are and be that person. So if you are someone who feels certain ways about politics and stuff, then you be yourself, be that thing. And any type of your thing, once you start being it, that's when you'll attract the right people, you'll get the right attention, right? Like, so, everyone always is like, he clickbaits, he rage baits, and it's like, I don't even have to try. I just say what I feel. And if you just say what you feel, and if you have opinions on stuff, there will be someone who has the same opinion that will be like, I agree. Or there'll be people who go, I can't hear this. Someone has a different opinion. And that's what makes life fun. So it's like, when you start like, just only, like, who wants to hear all like things that you believe all the time, and you're never challenged and you don't care. I always say, I'm in life to live, and I'm here to experience life. So I want to see that post that makes you feel a certain way. I want to see that post that makes you go, huh? Or you see that post that makes you go, ooh, I'm blocking that guy. Whatever you got to do, that's what makes life fun. So I didn't see your drag posts, but I will go look for them.
They're still up there. You posted that picture the other day, and I kind of forgot about it.
Good.
I could not get over your names. They killed me.
Fin Fang Fabulous and
Fin Fang Fabulous and
Miss Mint Condition.
Miss Mint Condition.
Oh, that's funny.
That was a good one.
You could probably, if you had like a whole drag profile, like Instagram page where you just did like
you could have made a separate profile where you are only in character.
It took me an hour or two to get into that, so I can't do that every day.
Did you have to get like your mind right? Like, what do you?
No, just like
the character for that?
Well, like I had my sister, like, because we worked at the same place, and actually me and 2 of my sisters worked at the same place, so it was like we just were like full-time care for this person. So like she came to relieve me. She just then like did my makeup for the next hour or 2 before I went and recorded with Jordan. So then, like, it's going to take me that, like, I got to have her or somebody because I can't do my makeup like that. So if I had a team with me, when Strong Collectors gets big, then I'll start the second channel of Fin Fang Fabulous.
You could have a whole piece of your budget goes towards the team
right.
Like keeping, and like staying in character.
The Slay team
with
right there.
Just that profile. That'd That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, because we
But,
started off the episode just like, I can't remember what I said, but something like, get on your knees for the gay agenda, and then go into the
There we go.
episode. So.
And
That's
here's
nice.
New Meta watching. First time we met.
Sponsored by New Meta.
We're like, oh, this
I don't
is
remember
what
if I
just got
did.
into.
I don't remember if I said get your use the code Strong101 on that one or not.
I think you did. I think you said you were going to start like the next one because like,
Okay.
we just talked.
Yeah.
Everything
"Yeah, I hope David's,
everything you
like,
hear
cool
on
with
this
people."
podcast is approved by New Meta.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, kind of to what I was saying earlier though, and I tell people this all the time, like when your fan base relates to you and like you are relatable and they like invest in that, like that's where all the like I mean from a just business standpoint, like that's what gets people to shop at New Meta is that like they identify with strong collectors, they use the shit out of that code, and like
we
that's
broke your
important.
code. We used it so many times you had to re-up it.
I wish you would break it. I wish you would.
Well, that's I had
get
people
them-
messaging me and they're like, "Hey, your code doesn't work," and I had to tell you to like add more
It was
because you
the,
had like a
yeah, it was like one time.
it was
it
like
went to,
10
a
million
one-time use.
uses or something, and we busted past it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the algorithm couldn't handle it. That's funny. So there you have it. That's our conversation about New York Toy Fair. Thank you to Rocco and Dakota for joining me. Their links are in the description below. Have a great rest of your week, everybody, and we'll see you next time.